By their daily diary. Let's have a look. So yeah, so we're now in May. We've moved from April to May, and as I was just saying in my previous video, sorry, I had a knock at the door, so I had to go and answer the door. I'm doing cat duty. I'm looking after my neighbour's cat. So yeah, as I was saying, yeah, so I had a bit of a rough month. I got a little bit down, got a little bit depressed. It's only normal for somebody with, a sensitive nature like myself, to get a bit down when getting knocked back by four people. Four people I really cared about. I mean, these were people that I thought were my friends, and they just turned their backs on me in the space of 2 or 4 weeks. Gone from, like, loving Jagger, loving me, to not wanting to be with Jagger, not wanting to be with me. So I don't know why people make decisions like that. And one was over a really silly argument as well. I mean, it was a really, really, really silly argument. Stupid. But anyway, it's done now. So we've got to move on. So we've now got DJ Dex, G.H. Did Turner. Gerwin Turner. He's from Wales. So we've got a Welsh DJ now. Yo. So we've got a Welsh DJ. He's a sponsored DJ. He's not a signed DJ, so he's sponsored. He's been mentored by Lee Stewart Hambley of Freefall Sounds. He's the founder of Freefall Sounds, although he's joint CEO with Alex Ballard, our other sponsored DJ. And we also now have a new sponsored DJ who's a drum and bass DJ. So we've had multi-genre DJs who are playing hardstyle. Alex plays house. And now we have Daniel Van Dell, DJ Varney, and he's playing drum and bass, and I'm a drum and bass head. I love D&B. I was one of the first people, not obviously on the planet, but if you know what I'm saying, I was one of the first people to hear LTJ Bookham drop one of his first jungle tracks in a club, and we'd never heard jungle before, and we were like, oh my god, like, what is this atmospheric, strange type of music? It sounded really alien to us, because we were old school ravers, so it was like really, groundbreaking for the time. So that's when you know you're old, man, when you remember a time when there wasn't even jungle music. It hadn't even been invented yet. Yeah, that's funny. So yeah, and obviously we've hooked up with 2 radio stations, as I've said. So it's great. So we've had 4 people leave, but we've had 4 people return, and essentially not replace those people, because those people were irreplaceable. But at least we have had a knockback, but we've bounced back, and we've bounced back with only the space of 2 to 3 weeks, which is absolutely fantastic, because I thought that the knockback was going to have an effect that would last for months and months, and it hasn't. But I've restructured the business. From the talent agency point of view, I'm only now looking after Craig Banty Barker. And for people, if you don't know, behind the scenes, I'm approaching comedy clubs and trying to get Craig his first free gig so that he can perform live and do his thing, because he feels that he's ready. So I'm in the process of doing that. So I'm emailing people. No doubt we'll be making some telephone calls and texts as well. There's one club in particular in London, the Angel Comedy Club. They broke Eddie Izzard, so I'm trying to get Craig there. So that'll be absolutely fantastic if we can get him there. So what else? Oh yeah, Lee Mayo. So he signed a 5-year branding deal to become not to become an actor. He is an actor. He's done acting. He's done acting for years, and stunt work. But obviously, he's only done tiny, weeny little jobs where he's got paid a few £100 a day. Getting paid by the day rather than getting a big chunk of cash for playing a role. So that's something that I'm going to help him with. So we got lots to do with regards to that. But in terms of taking more people on the talent agency side, I just don't have the steam, energy, inclination and motivation to want to do it, because it's a lot of work, and the end result is 99% of the people mug you off. They'll find a reason just to leave or to quit, because when you sign the 5-year branding deal, most people in the beginning say, yeah, I can do it. I'll stick to 5 years. I've got what it takes. I want to be famous. I want a career. Give me a career. And then 6 months down the line, after I've been slogging my guts out, promoting them online, bring them to a new audience, all of a sudden I get the text, bib. Yeah, I'm getting out of Swag Jagger. It ain't going nowhere, and I've changed my mind. And I'm just like, okay. So what we're going to do is focus on our promotional services, because one of the things I've realised from all the feedback that I've been getting from everybody is that it appears as if I am apparently a very good online promoter. So that skill is something I didn't realise I had. And I've kind of looked at what I've been doing, and I'm thinking, actually, yeah, we do have definitely the opportunity to create some packages, offer those packages to people. So I've actually been speaking to a vitamin company, and we might possibly be getting some business from them. I'm not going to say how much, but it's going to be a few dollars if I can pull it off. I don't know if I will. It obviously depends on them. They're obviously very wary because we're a new business, and they, I don't think, have worked with a business and done online media promotion before, so they're a little bit wary. So we will see what we will see. So lots of things going on, lots of things happening, and we are moving forwards. So this is the end of my part 2 of my daily diary of day 1. Day 1, part 2, and I look forward to doing another live and another diary tomorrow, and tell you about what's been going on and how I've been feeling and all that kind of stuff. That's the whole idea of a diary, isn't it? So in terms of how I feel great. Still experimenting with my meds, trying to get my meds right so that when I go to my doctors on the 25th about my high blood pressure, I think it's because my diet is crap and I'm obese at the moment. I'm a 19-stone bodybuilder, but I haven't trained in a year, so I've got fat. So I think the obesity, having the extra weight, being unfit, has caused high blood pressure. So my heart probably needs some working out. So I owe the gym of about £400. So I'm only £1,000 in debt. I've paid off £5,000. I've wiped off about £2 or £3,000, and I paid the other money off. So I've only got £1,000 left to pay. So £600 for the website, then get the website up and running. That's if we decide to go that route. We might not, because Alex Ballard is building one, and maybe the one he builds is going to be even better than the one that we paid for. Or we might need to pay for a more technical site, because I've got a lot of plans on what I want to do with the website and monetize it so that we can have a shop on there and make good money and share out all the money to everybody that works at Swag Jagger, etc., etc. So like, for instance, we are creating a merchandise line. So one of the things that happens when you sign a branding deal is that you get the opportunity to have your own merchandise. And what I do is I offer that person to have a line of their own merchandise with their own logo, with their own branding, and any of the money that they make, they keep it to themselves. Because I'll have a Swag Jagger brand, I'll have a JC brand, so that I'll get money from that. So I don't need money from somebody else's clothes that they sell. They can keep it. Um, Banty Barker and Lee Mayo may have their own merchandise line clothing out at some point. That's something I'm dealing with Alex Ballard. I should be getting some merch made up for me, which I'm gonna parade and show off on Facebook at the end of this month. First Swag Jagger merchandise, so we're gonna have the really like banging Swag Jagger logos on black t-shirts. I'm gonna get a cap made. I'm gonna get a hoodie. Gonna get a t-shirt. I'm gonna get a mug. And if Doris Cherry ever gets to hear this video, she does candles. So if you want candles and you love candles, look up Doris Cherry. That's CHERRY. She does lovely candles at a great price, and she can bespoke them. So make them to your particular designs to order. So I'm going to be getting some Swag Jagger candles done as well. So with the merchandise, we want to really branch out and not just make it t-shirts, hoodies, caps. We want to go for a whole variety of types of things, just to make it more interesting and just to be a little bit different from all the others in the industry who are pretty much all doing the same thing. So in terms of going back to how I feel really great. I feel really good. Since Thursday night, I've had a great run. Not one bit of depression, not been feeling down at all. I'm still sober, still clean. So in August this year, I will have my first year of sobriety. Amazing. 1 year. So I can't believe that. I'm really, really proud of myself. Literally, I can't believe it. 27 years of being an alcoholic, and through the church and becoming baptized and a reborn again Christian, I managed to quit. Managed to quit the drugs, quit the drink, quit smoking. Now I'm only vaping just to prove it. Lovely. So, but you know, with addictive personalities, you sort of one addiction for another. So now I vape like mad, and I drink coffee after coffee after coffee, 20 coffees a day. It's crazy. So I get so dehydrated, I end up drinking about 3 or 4 liters of water a day to compensate for the coffee. It makes me go to the loo every 5 minutes. So there you go. You know, you quit the cocaine and you get on the caffeine. It seems to be the way with people. But yeah, I'm very, very happy at the minute. I'm really happy in my life. Obviously getting over my 15-year relationship where my fiance 15 years switched from my bed to the bed of a 28-year-old in only a 12-week period, and then sold her flat and moved back to Lithuania and blanked me and now won't speak to me, even though she made a promise that we'd always stay friends. And our last phone call, when we spoke to each other after the split, and I was still in a lot of pain and hurting, we agreed with each other that we would definitely keep in touch. She's not held that side of the bargain, and that is what hurt me the most. It wasn't because she left me and dumped me, although it was really horrible in the way that she did it, and I hated her at the time for it, but I've forgiven her now and I've got over it. I'm 99.9% over it now. So 1% of the time, every now and then, I might watch a movie, hear a tune, and I start to cry, you know, just like burst into fits of tears and get really upset. My heart hurts and my stomach, you know, get pain in my stomach and I feel sick. It's horrible. That's love though for you, man. That's love. That's heartache, true heartache and heartbreak. So anyway, so I've been getting over that. So that's really, really good. I've been making a lot of progress. Also with my flat, I've had it decorated recently. Me and my dad have been hanging out on Mondays, chilling with my pups. He's 77 years old. He's not getting any younger. And I know that time is ticking, and the average age of a guy these days is about 80. So if he lives another 3 years, he's doing well. If he goes past the 80 point, then he's doing very well. Luckily, he does loads of cardio, goes out on the bike on a regular basis, and he might even do 20 miles. He will just go out one night and boom, go and do 20 miles on the bike. And he weight trains 5 times a week with weights. So he's super, super fit for his age, and he's very, very healthy. He's got nothing wrong with him. He's got glaucoma. He has to put drops in his eyes. If he doesn't do that, he goes blind. So obviously he remembers to make sure that he does that every day because he doesn't want to lose his eyesight. And he has a slight bladder issue, but don't we all? So my dad's super, super healthy. My mum, she's 76. She unfortunately has got some very rare illness, very strange, weird illness. And she's had it for years now, and all the specialists cannot find out what is wrong with her. She's seen a lot of doctors and a lot of specialists, had all of the scans under the sun, and they just can't figure out what the problem is. So it's very distressing for me to see my mum in pain, in agony, having these attacks that come on just out of the blue. Luckily, what happens is when she's busy, which she is most of the time, she's a very busy lady. She doesn't just sit around watching TV. She's always pottering about, making the food, gardening and everything else, popping out, seeing her friends, going here, going there. So my mum and dad are quite sociable animals, so they do have a group of friends that they go out and see, whether it's the neighbours or friends locally or going to see friends. So they have a very good, steady life together. And they've been married since they were like 21, I think. And they're both now nearly 80. So, I mean, imagine that, nearly 60 years together with the same person. I mean, I did 15 years. But 60 years? Jesus, that's a long time. But people do it, you know. There's loads of people out there, you know, for every relationship, for every person that hates men, or, you know, you got a man that hates women. There are loads of people out there who have beautiful relationships that are successful, and they get married and they stay together for life, and they have children. The children do well, and, you know, it's all tickety-boo. So, but that's life, you know. Some of us, for whatever reason, do better than others in the long term. And some of us, a bit like me, who has an addictive personality and has had trouble with mental illness, and those two things are a deadly combination, especially when you're undiagnosed, which I was for many, many years. I didn't even know I was a manic depressive. I didn't know my behaviour was unusual. I didn't know that I was different from others. I hadn't figured it out yet. It was only until I met Justina, my ex, and she said to me, you know, you need to go see a psychiatrist because you're not right. You're not like other people. And I was like, really? She's like, yeah. So we sat down and had a really good chat about it. And yeah, I went to go and see the psychiatrist. And Dr. Edgar, the top psychiatrist in Milton Keynes Hospital, the highest authority in psychiatric nursing, apparently. So yeah, I saw the top guy, and he fixed me up and gave me some meds, and I still take those meds to this day, and they work really well. So for me, a lot of people don't like taking meds, but for me, my mental health is an absolute requirement that I take medication. I cannot do without it. I just cannot do it. My conditions are chronic, very severe. You know, they cannot be cured by counselling alone. I need to have medicine, so I take my meds religiously. So yeah, I'm in a really happy place after getting over my relationship split. Obviously taking a hit last month with Jagger, and probably in the last 10 years I've been on and off miserable for a very, very, very long time. 10 years is a long time to be miserable, and for the first time in nearly 10 years I'm actually really happy. It's really strange to feel happy, like to be at peace with yourself, to be at one with the world. It's a very, very odd feeling. I mean, you know, the weather out the window is beautiful. You know, the summer's about to hit. Um, I've got my dad's just laid a load of beautiful wooden flooring down in my front room, and my flat's all decorated. Just need to get my mountain bike fixed, and then I can get out and about. Yes, at the age of nearly 50, I do not drive. Yes, I'm 50 in November. And if I'm all puffy and all a bit round in the cheeks, I've actually put on, unfortunately, because I've not been training. What happens when I train, all my body fat comes off and my cheeks sink in and my face goes much tighter. But at the moment, my face is very round, very, very, very puffy. So that's just the side effect of having a bad diet and not training. Simple as that. You know, when you're nearly 50 years old and your metabolism starts to shut down and you're eating high calorie food and you're not training, you're going to put on weight, unfortunately. That's just the way it is. Considering this is my first experiment on doing a daily diary, I think it's gone well. I've explained myself as best as I possibly can. I've got loads to do with Swag Jagger. I need to crack on, so I'm going to do that. And this is my second part of my first day of my new daily diary. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you enjoy the future updates. And yes, there will be another one again tomorrow. And like I said, some of them might be 30 seconds long, where I say, I'm depressed and I'm going to be in bed all day. See you later. Jog on. And other times like today, I'm going to be really chatty and, talk about a lot of subjects. All right. Anyway, thank you for all those that are watching. And for anybody that listens to this after the fact, because obviously I'm going to keep it. It's going to be on Facebook and people are going to watch it after I press the finish button. So thank you very much for all your time, whether you're watching now or whether you're watching later. And I look forward to seeing you all again tomorrow. Thank you very much. John Chubba Jackson or JC or John, CEO of Swag Jagger, over and out.